Hello everybody. Today I am stitching on Bella Filipina Mermaid of the Season stitch along. The second part came out yesterday. So this is what is on my frame right now. I finished Lockapotty and I almost have Mirabilia Cathedral Wood Goddess done. So I'm getting there with that. And of course I forgot to bring my pattern up. There it is. Where am I? Right here. Yep. And I put the cathedral, I thought about it because I probably have about another 5 days on Cathedral Wood Goddess and she should be finished. And I thought about not switching them out. And then I decided, you know, it's not that I'm getting bored with Cathedral Wood Goddess or anything. It's just kind of like I just need something different to stitch on. And decided I just wanted to start it. I saw the mock-up view of what this one will look like, and I was like, I want to get in there. And I wanted to stitch her, so that's that. But so I got a new storage system for my beads because I was really getting quite I don't want to say annoyed, but I mean it was a pain in the butt having all those beads in the project bags with my projects. So I was looking for a solution sort of like I do with my Krennic, where it's all sort of put together and it's right here near my stitchy spot and I can grab something and go and use it. And I found a really good solution for that. So I think the next time I do a video, I will do a video of my stitchy spot and show you like what's around my chair, what stand I use, the light, all the good, you know, stitchy goodness of that kind of stuff. Because most of the things, unless it's like stash, it's pretty much around my stitchy spot so I can access everything. And yeah, that's right. I figured, you know, if I can show you guys some storage solutions that'll work for you, then that'll be great. Because who doesn't love extra storage solutions? I mean, I guess if you guys really want to see like my crafty corner, like usually in my videos you see my giant calyx unit sitting back there, and I got two of the wide Alex drawers. So I mean, if you really want to see everything in there, I mean, I can show you, as well as the stuff in my stitchy corner, my stitchy spot and stuff. Because my last video, I'm recording this actually Monday, because I was like, I do not need another mishap of, I still can't figure out why that video wouldn't upload. I called my son over. He works on, like, he builds laptops and things like that. Well, computers, really. And I had him look and see what was up, and he wasn't sure, so I had to reset all my settings on my camera, and we will see if that works. He went through my computer and couldn't figure out there what was going on. So, I mean, I guess we will just have to wait and see if this uploads. So I'm gonna hopefully cross our fingers here and see if this uploads. But my guess is that last week when I had Vincent, I had him Monday and Tuesday last week, which is why I didn't record earlier, because he went on a trip to Germany and his schedule is still off. So, where am I? Because I wanted to back this up. Yeah, right. This is fine. Anyways, he went on a trip to Germany to see my my sister and her family went on a trip to Germany to see my oldest sister who lives in Germany. And his sleep schedule is still all kinds of screwy. It's slowly getting better, but it's still pretty bad. So he's waking up at like he woke up here about 6:30 in the morning, and he usually sleeps until about 9 o'clock. So his sleep schedule is a little crazy right now. So I didn't have time to record in the mornings like I usually do, but I was hopeful that I would. So I, like, after I put him down for bed and everything else, I got like my camera out and had everything all set up so that way first thing, as soon as I got my daughter off to school, I could record. And then unfortunately he woke up, so I wasn't able to record that day, and I had to put all that stuff away. But before I could finish getting all that stuff away, he had touched my camera and he had turned it on. So I'm betting that at some point in time, he probably changed some setting that probably changed the way the file format was set up. So I just reset it and went through and put all my settings back where they needed to be. So hopefully that fixed the problem. We will see, but I am recording this early. So if you guys get to see this, we fixed the problem. Yay. If you're not seeing this, then I'm a little worried because something is going on and I'm going to need to figure it out. Even more than I already have. So hopefully I can figure this all out. And hopefully I got it figured out. But I'm recording it early so that way, you know, if it's not, if I don't have it all figured out, then I have 2 days to figure it out and hopefully record a new video and have one up. But here's to crossing our fingers that this worked. Something... No, I'm good. I'm just not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm glad I looked, because I would have been pretty sad. Because I would have stitched something wrong. And had a bunch of frogging to do, and nobody likes to frog. But yes. So that is what I'm doing. But that is my hopefulness that I figured out the bug. But maybe you guys can let me know down in the comments if you would like to see my stitchy spot and how I store certain things. That's one of the biggest things that I'll like look all over FlossTube for, because I love looking at the like how different people store things. Like if I'm not satisfied with the way I have stuff stored, like I just go on like a binge spree of watching the way people have a bunch of stuff stored, and it usually inspires me, or it at least, I mean, it either, and like I'll either, you know, find somebody else has showed the way that they've stored something and it's an amazing way that they've stored something and I'm like, oh, that's perfect, and that'll work for me. Or it gives me an idea of like, that's definitely not how I can store something, like that's not practical for me. So we will see. So if you guys would like to see something like that, leave me a comment down below and let me know, because I don't want to make things that you guys don't want to watch or aren't interested in, because I'd rather have videos out that you guys are interested in and want to see what I'm going through. But yes, I found a new bead storage solution, and then I bought it from one company and then realized, you know, I'm not sure. Like, I would like to be able to buy this without all the little containers and things like that. And then I went on a hunt to find more of that storage system. I was able to find it. And I think I'm going to put more things in it so that I can maybe stick like my DMC that is still on skeins, and hopefully stick a lot of like my accessories and needles and extra scissors and things like that that I have in this thing. So we will see how that turns out. And I just like, I guess now I'm gonna have floss glitter in my hair, because that little thread that I just cut off landed in my hair. But I really love this system that I got, because it's not originally for beads. It was originally for diamond painting, but I'm like so excited that, you know, I can just, it'll make it, it's like long-term storage. So I never have to, like, once they're in this thing, well, I've got all my beads in there now. I'm finishing out labeling everything, and I should get that done pretty quickly. But I want to, like, it's nice to know that, like, once, it's kind of like my acrylic, like, once I'm done stitching with it, like, it automatically goes back into the tin, and it stays there. So when I go to use, like, kit up other projects or anything like that, like, I can look through that stuff and be like, oh, I already have this, this, and this, so I don't need to buy that. And I feel like I'm wasting less. It's not that, like, I'm wasting money, but I'm spending less money that way. And that is, like, that acrylic storage I showed you guys, like, it's worked out really well. And then, like, with this bead storage, like, as I was putting all the beads, like, in this thing and labeling stuff and doing things like that, I realized that, like, there are a lot of projects that have, especially like the pony beads, or yeah, the pony beads, that I have quite a few of them that are the exact same, and each project only requires like max 10, 15 of these things, and I have like a large abundance of them because I bought them for multiple projects. And when I could have just looked on the chart and saw that I wouldn't have needed to buy those. And, you know, yeah, granted, yeah, it's like $3 or whatever. But, you know, that $3 could have been saved for kitting up a different project that I needed or want to do or whatever. So, but I like the idea of being able to, you know, just pull it out, pour a little into my Billy Bob. What is it? It's Tacky Bill? Yeah, I think they're called Tacky Bills. And set it right back into my storage system and then not have to, you know, put it away after I'm done stitching, because it's you know, after everything's done, I don't have to put it into long-term storage. It's already in there, and it works out perfectly. So, because I've been trying that. The fun part was going through all my project bags that have beads in them and getting them all out. And my husband, he's just looked at me and I had this like entire lap full of a bunch of beads. And he was just like, what in the world are you doing? And why do you have so many things there? And then I showed him, and he's like, oh, that's like really smart. Then, you know, everything's, you know, one, you're at your stitchy spot and everything is still, you know, right there at your fingertips. And I was like, that was the point. Like, that's what I was hoping for. So I'd like to spend as much time stitching as I can and less time putting things back where they go. Because I'm a very organized person. I like things organized a certain way, and that is that. And I like to be able to know exactly what I want, like, and be able to walk right up to whatever it is I want and grab it and go about my business. Oh, shoot. I just screwed up. Let me see here. I think it's just this one. Should be one here. And one there. See? Gift of gab. Gabbing away. Flapping my gums. Not paying attention. And almost made a mistake, but at least I only had to take out one stitch, so that works out. I got lucky there. I wasn't paying attention. I was just going. But, yeah, so that's sort of what I've been up to. And then on top of that, I had an idea about some of my fabrics, about the way I dye them, because there's a couple different effects that I want to get that it seems to be pretty hard to achieve with like the Rit dye and things like that. And I'm an artist. I paint a lot. I have usually using acrylics, but I do have watercolor. I do have gouache. I hate oils. I will not use oil paints. It's not my jam. It's not my thing. I just don't like them. I think it's because I don't have the patience to wait a week for it to dry before I can add the next layer or whatever, you know, like even with acrylic painting, like sometimes, like if I have really thick, heavy layers, like waiting, you know, the 10 minutes for it to fully dry down enough that I can, you know, stick the next layer on, sometimes that annoys the poop out of me. So oil is not my jam, but I was looking at a lot of the different mediums because there's, it's called impasto painting, and I want to get into doing some of that. So I was looking at some of their different mediums, and then I came across, it's called GAC 900, or a lot of people call it GAC 900. It's by Golden. I mean, they're paints, because Golden does acrylic and watercolor paints. And I came across it, and I was like, oh, what's this used for? Because they have a bunch of them in that series, but the 900, GAC 900 is the only one I can think of right off the top of my head. But I know I have other ones of it too that I use for like an isolation coat and things like that before I will like put on my vinyl varnish. But where am I? Right there. Anyways, so I was looking up these different mediums, and I found that they actually have a medium to turn acrylic paint into fabric paint. And I was like, that might work. But I use, a lot of the paints I have are heavy-bodied paints, which means they're just a thicker paint. So I can manipulate it however I need to. I can thin it down if I need to with some medium and make it thinner, or, you know, use it fairly thick. If I want to, whatever like I need to do with it. And I was like, I don't know if this, you know, that being that thickness would work very well on cross stitch fabric, because again, you need the holes to, you know, stitch with. So then I got to researching, and I was like, I have a lot of watercolors. I wonder if you can use this with watercolors. And I was looking, and sure enough, there was a bunch of people that have used it on like quilts and things, and done like watercolor painting onto their quilts. And it seems to, like, they've washed it quite a few times, and like it's really on there. So I was like, I think I'm gonna give that a try. So I ordered that, and I think I'm going to sit down and I guess paint on some fabric. And that sounds absolutely crazy to me, but just to see what different kind of effects and stuff I can get using that. And I might start out using the student grade watercolor first, because I have the expensive professional Winsor and Newton watercolors, and I don't want to risk that medium ruining my expensive watercolors. So I figured we'll try with the cheaper one first and see how that goes. So that is going to be a project that I'm going to be doing soon, and seeing how I like that. And then I'm going to have to spend a second here marking off this pattern, because I've been flapping of the gums and I haven't marked off my pattern. And I'm starting to get a little confused with where I am. And I don't want to screw up. At all. But I think like even like this fabric, like it's all pretty much solid one color. And like I would have liked to be able to take and like add like a different shade of a darker shade of blue over top of it, or mix in, you know, a little bit of like turquoise and things like that in here. So, and that would be cool, but obviously I'm already stitching on it, so that's not gonna happen. But I mean, I can imagine like a lot of those mermaids I showed you, like can you imagine like Oh, the things I could do with that fabric, I think it would be pretty gosh darn cool. So, we will see. That feels weird. And I'm sorry, you guys are hearing that the heater, the furnace has kicked on and it's going to town. But it is cold outside, and I think today's high is like 52, 53 degrees. So that heater is on, and I'm sorry if you guys, I know you guys can hear it, but there's no way I'm shutting that off. Nope. I'm sitting here in my I got my long johns on, and then a layer of a long sleeve t-shirt, and then my hoodie, and then sitting in with my blankets. And keep in mind, we keep it 70 degrees in our house, so it's not like for like a normal person, they probably walk in here and it'd be comfortable, but for weirdo me, who freezes constantly, like literally, I'm not kidding you, if it's below 75 degrees, I'm cold. So, for me, it just is what it is. I have like probably 3 months out of the year that I'm like, oh, yay, it's warm, and then the rest of the year I'm frozen solid. But it is what it is. But as soon as I get this stitched up, I have got to mark off some of these stitches so I don't get lost. Because I know me, and I will get lost. Okay. And then this comes down here. But I'm feeling much, much better. My cough is mostly gone. Lungs are getting much, much, much clearer. And it's not 100% yet. Now, I want, there you go. Click there. Thank you. But it's better than, whoop, didn't want to select those two. Much better than it was a while ago. It's just going to take me a while to fully get over all this. And there's not much I can do about it besides continue with the medicine I've got and wait and see how it goes. But I'm not coughing as much, and my lungs feel much clearer, and everything feels lots better. So that is the way it is. Whoop. We went to Grandma Joanne's this weekend, and we got, I just said how much better I'm doing. And then I'm getting a tickle in my throat. But, we went to Grandma Joanne's this weekend, and we've got, all the flowers cut down, and everything there ready for winter. The only thing we haven't done, we got like all the air conditioners out, everything there covered. We didn't get to putting her patio furniture up for the winter yet. But that literally takes us, I mean, it's not even a 10-minute thing. So we'll get that done next week. And it's all undercover, and we don't have, if it's raining or not, it won't matter. So we will get that done this coming week, this Friday, actually. And I had Vincent with me this Friday. And oh, she just loves it whenever, you know, the little kids are around and things like that. It just makes her happy, and it's always cute because she's all, my nephew Cyrus has been sitting there like, Grandma Joanne, can we get in your snack cupboard? She does. She keeps a little cupboard for all the kids to get a snack. You know, typical grandma stuff. Feeding them the junk. Spoil the heck out of them. Just spoil the heck out of them. Damon goes Friday for his normal doctor's appointment. And I believe that's it for this color. Mark off the rest of these stitches. And I just marked off a bunch of stitches that don't need marked off. Ah. There we go. So, go like this. My backs always look so crazy. Look at all this. I guess it doesn't look too bad. I guess as long as there's not knots, I don't really care. Put this back. And then I guess pick out the next color here that I'm going to use. And that is, oh, from organizing and everything else, I have such a mess everywhere. I gotta finish getting that up. I believe it's that one. Yep. 894. $8.94. I do, though. I do have a royal mess. And of course there's a little... I do. I have a royal mess. But, you know, I like to have things organized and where I want them to go. And that is that. Now, where do I want to start this at? We have that piece there. This one can be started right there. One, two. But really, that's all that's been going on. I've been doing a lot of, like I said, organizing, getting things, busted out the old label maker, getting that done. And I need to put on my glasses because my eyes are going buggy. And I need to clean it. I don't have to wear these all the time. Just when I'm stitching something small and it's causing eye strain. These are my regular prescription glasses. It just brings things a little more in focus for me. Whoop. I don't know how this got like so close to my head. Right? It just is what it is. When you are doing these stitch alongs, I wish you, my husband should probably take a picture of me sitting here like this, because there's a bunch of stuff in my road. I've got it cast onto my big giant TV in my living room, so that way I can look up and I can see what you guys see easily without having to fiddle with this camera and look at the little lens and everything else. And I can essentially see what you guys will see on YouTube. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to do. I apologize for how, like, my nails aren't painted. They're just out here hanging out. But they were, the last couple times I painted my nails, I used gel polish instead of, just regular nail lacquer. And, like, they're dry. Like, man, are my nails, like, I don't know, they're just dry. That's not usually what they feel like. So, I took everything off because I was going to repaint them. And then after I took everything off, like, just the feel of my nails are, like, they're dry. They don't look bad or anything, but they're dry. And I don't like that. So I decided, nope, we're going to keep nail polish off them for a little while. And we're going to do the oil treatments and things like that to keep them nice and healthy. And do that sort of thing. So it, my nails don't get brittle or anything. You know, take care of things. And give them a break. So, I don't know how long you guys will see them without any fancy paint or anything on them, but for right now, this is what I got to do to make sure that they stay in good condition. Because this one, on this hand, let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. Keeps breaking. And it should be that long, but it's only, you know, a little stub here. So I think I'll just leave the nail polish off and give myself a couple good rounds of good oil treatments and things like that. Oh, I almost lost where I was again. And see how that works out. Because right now, I just want to wait and see how it goes. Now, I don't know if anybody else is out here stitching this as well along with everybody else. Now, this second frame was actually 2 stitches shorter than this first frame. And for me, that will drive me absolutely batty. So I went ahead and I stitched this frame the exact same size as this frame, so that way it would equal out. And I had already previously stitched these beforehand, but a lot of people, I counted out how many were here and then so on and so forth with the pattern that was just released. And it is 2 stitches shorter than this side. And I just kind of was like, well, I already have it all stitched and I'm not changing it. So all I did was move this mermaid 1 stitch over. So everything is shifted 1 stitch over. So it will still sit in the center of the block. Thankfully, everything else is the exact same size and it's not a big deal. But I just have to remember that this one had to be moved over 1 stitch and that the mermaid that will go underneath this one, which I'm assuming, the mermaid that will go underneath summer, I'm assuming will be winter. And I will have to remember that that will also need to be moved over one stitch so it stays lined up in the middle where it's supposed to. I stitched this the same amount as this is from the edge, so this would be the same, but this is shifted over one, and it's just one stitch. So I mean, really, honestly, is anybody gonna notice that it's shifted over one stitch so that way she sits in the, I mean, if I wouldn't have done that, do I think anybody would have noticed? No, not at all. But it's the only thing that made sense to me, so that's how I did it. Just so that way it was symmetrical, because otherwise it would have drove me batty. It would have drove me nuts, and I would have hated it. I really don't have much to talk to you guys about. Ooh, smacked it a bit there. I don't know what to talk to you guys about. I should have this month 2 full finishes. This, you know, whenever I complete each part of these, I'm going to call that a finish, because it's a finish. Like, I think it's a finish. Would you call that a finish? I think it's a finish. So, I guess it'll be 3, at least 3. And then we will see how I do. I'm trying to figure out which ones I'm going to bring out next to keep finishing. Because that's what I want to do, is really finish quite a few of these projects I have going on. So that one, split a thread. I don't want to split a thread. I want to stitch through the hole. But yeah, I've just been looking when I was pulling out all of those beads and everything else. I was looking, I think Phoenix Queen, I could probably finish her pretty quickly and get her done. And then, I don't know, I was just going through everything and trying to figure out which ones I think I could actually finish. I think that Long Dog Sampler Pavillon for these times, I think I could finish it. And that would give me 2 finishes for next month. And then, what are some other ones that are in there? I just screwed up. I shouldn't have finished that stitch. That's the way my day is going. But, yeah, I'm thinking about which ones I could complete. And I think I could do those. No problem. I think I could finish those 2 next month. I should be able to, because we're only halfway through October right now. And I think I could, like I said, I could finish Cathedral World Goddess in probably about 5 days. This here will probably take me, I think this one took me, I should have wrote it down. I really honestly, I should have wrote it down exactly how long it took me to finish that one. But I would have to go on, I think, Facebook to look. Facebook or Instagram. Look and see when I completed it. But I don't think it took me too many days. Because if I remember right, that pattern last month came out. It comes out on the 15th. And I believe, was it a Saturday? A Friday or a Saturday that it came out. And I had it finished by like Monday, Tuesday. So approximately like 4 days to stitch this little guy. So if I'm going off of that, that should only be 9 days. And then I should still have an additional 6 days left. 6 or 7 days. Because there's 31 days in October. But there's only 15 currently left. I don't know. I should be able to have this finished in, I don't know. Let's just say 7 days. I should have an extra 7 days left. And I think if I start working on Phoenix Queen, I can get a head start on her. So that way she's finished earlier in the month. And then I went too far because I'm not paying attention. Because that is what I am doing right now. And that's probably where I attached my thread. I need to make sure I'm paying attention when I'm doing this. Anyways, what was I saying? But those are kind of like what I'm planning on doing this coming month. It goes there, Brittany. So hopefully I can have 2 more finishes next month, and then plus I've got to stitch this when it comes out. And then of course my glasses are going to smack off this frame holding the camera. This is what it is. But I think something looks funny here. I'm betting I have a stitch here marked off that shouldn't be marked off. No. 2, 3. I have a stitch here that I missed that I'm going to have to go back and get. So, but I've been sitting here for almost an hour and I want to get more of this organization done because it is a mess here in my living room, which is where my stitchy spot, my little craft corner is. And I would like to get that all straightened out and start getting things put back away. And I'm anxious to see if this video will actually load import into my gosh darn computer, so that way I can edit it and then upload it to YouTube, so that way it is ready for you guys on Wednesday when it's supposed to be, instead of the big old giant fiasco that was last week. I wish you guys would have saw me last week. Like, I was like, what in the world is going on? And I'm like trying to figure everything out. I've never encountered that before. And then it was just like, I was just like, well, it's going to be completely unedited. It's going to be completely raw footage. And it's going to be a crap video, but at least they have something to watch. And I didn't waste all that time of me sitting there recording all that for nothing. So, not many of you watched that video, and I don't blame you. It was a poopy video. But, anyways, I am going to get out of here and continue on my journey of getting things stitched up and, well, organized and labeled up and where I want it to go. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.